We're now back into the studio. We've got John Porter. He's with BarterPay. Young guy, shining eyes, skip to a step. I love entrepreneurs because they look at ways to solve problems versus just complain about the way things aren't working. What made you first think that bartering could come back in society as a way of making the economy move better? That I had excess stuff I couldn't get rid of, you have excess stuff you can't get rid of, and we could find a way to put it together.
So basically, I mean, at the end of the day, small businesses are the lifeblood of the Canadian economy. They employ the most people. They produce a lot of the GDP numbers. And so we thought, hey, if we can help these small to medium-sized businesses become more profitable and increase their bottom line. I mean, it's such a tragedy that there's so much business waste out there. Hotel rooms that don't get sold, golf tee times that don't get booked, idle inventory sitting in the shelves that's either heavily discounted or collecting dust. We want to turn all that value into BarterPay trade dollars, create an ecosystem where these things get sold very quickly. They bank that credit, they can trade, and for what they need, they can get printing back, they can go employee incentives, whatever the case may be. But now the most important thing is they can actually take a portion of that new incremental revenue that we generate for them, and they can actually donate it to charity to create social impact, which is the most important part of our business right now, becoming a social impact enterprise.
So what are the people texting in on the board is saying there was a huge barter economy that started up in the 80s. Barter Plus was one company. They all failed. How are you going to do it differently?
So we're doing differently based on just building that momentum. I think a lot of these barter companies that have come and gone have they were mostly kept it as a side hustle. They didn't actually stay focused. They weren't in it for the long term and for the long haul. And so just it goes back to what you just said, having a mission, staying focused, actually seeing things through to completion. I mean, my vision is to grow BarterPay now from our current 4,000 members across 16 markets in Canada to 40,000 small businesses across the country, spanning from Victoria, BC to St. John's, Newfoundland, and producing $400 million in annual barter volume, of which $200 million a year will be generated for local charities across the country.
What's going to hold you back from doing it? Because that's a big thing to go from 4,000 to that number. That's a big hockey stick. What's causing you not to get there now?
Some stumbling blocks right now it's really awareness. I mean, being on this program right now is awesome for that, but we need to create awareness and educate the business community, the small business community, to know that there's another way for them to not have these things go to waste, that they can actually convert them into value. And I think that as we educate and continue to consult with small businesses and teach them how this program works and inspire them to give back, that's going to make the biggest change, is the whole social impact part of it.
John Porter, I would love what you're doing. I'm a fan of the idea of helping charities. How can people get hold of you?